Hi, I'm the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Reagan. And when I was elected president, I developed this system called trickle-down economics, also known as Reaganomics. And I'm here for this video to teach you all about that. So don't forget to remember everything I teach you. Oh no. Who's that? Who's coming?
Uh-oh, Reggie. Imposter.
That's right. We recognize that's not the 40th President of the United States. And he doesn't know anything about economics and Reaganomics. He is really...
What? How dare you? That's right. I'm not Ronald Reagan. I'm Mr. House. And I was going to teach you all about Reaganomics. And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids. But instead, today on Mr. House Bores You, you're going to learn about Reaganomics and Mr. House. So those of you who tuned in here to learn about Reaganomics, I'm sorry, you should probably get off right now. So, about Mr. House. Remember, as we go through this, there'll be a quiz right after, unless you're sitting at home in your mom's basement, in which case it's just kind of sad. But, so pay attention. Try to remember everything I teach you right here. Okay? Yeah, I knew you would forget that. I knew it. Especially you over there. Yeah. Right? No, I'm looking at you. All right, let's do it one more time. A little better. All right. I was born in Haverhill, Massachusetts. The only day of my life I spent in Haverhill, Massachusetts was the day I was born. My family moved to Northern California, the Bay Area. I grew up in San Jose and San Francisco, and where I quickly became the star of the public school system. Well, by star, I mean a troublemaking D student. I did enjoy sports, played sports, football, track and field, wrestling, various other things. Till my senior year in high school, I developed interest in theater, so I was in the school musical. After, a woman who ran a local ballet studio offered me free lessons, and I was like, why would I do that? Cleverly enough, she had 3 of her students come up to me and they went, "Oh, we heard you're going to be in our ballet class." I'm like, yeah, I'm in a ballet class. So when I graduated in 1976, I didn't go to college. I threw myself into a career in dance, believe it or not. Yes. So I worked. I was in San Francisco Ballet a little. Then I took $300 in my pocket, moved to New York City, where I pursued dance for a while. It was a fun career, but I kind of drifted out of it, and I started boxing in a local gym called the Gramercy Gym. Had some amateur fights, was a paid sparring partner, but I realized that's not a career for me. Unless you're the best boxer, you just are getting paid to get punched in the face, and that didn't seem very fun. So I went into the world of computer programming, and that took off. I was doing well at it, and I was living in New York, and I met my first ex-wife, where I married her, and I continued on as a computer programmer. After a while, we had a child, the one person in life who means more to me than anybody else in the world, my son, Mikael, who everybody calls Misha. Just as a tip, if you are a troublemaking D student and you have a child, well, he's likely to be a troublemaking D student, just like you. You're welcome. So while I was raising my child and waiting to divorce my first ex-wife, I realized my job paid a lot of money, but it didn't satisfy me, and I wanted to do something more meaningful. So I started studying to be a teacher. And I worked, and then eventually I got to the point where I did my student teaching in Newark, and then I long-term subbed in Newark for a while, and then eventually Mr. Herdman hired me to be a social studies teacher at McKinnon Middle School. So I started doing that. I divorced my first ex-wife and was teaching at McKinnon. Eventually, I met my current middle wife, Amanda, who had a son, Finian, and a daughter, McKenna, who I moved into Chatham, a town I hate, which is kind of full of snooty, rich white people. I'm snooty and white, but I'm not rich. So I didn't really fit in. But we're living there and it's fine. And I've been teaching now. This is, I believe, my 14th year at McKinnon. It's also my last year. I'll be retiring at the end of this year. So let's make it a great year. Remember, we have a quiz coming up, so I hope you pay attention. And let's get to the quiz. No, you still stink at that.